Good morning. Happy Thursday, February 20th, giving my trade review for today. I did one wrestle in this one, and this one did not go in my favor. MNDR is the company Mobile Health Network Solution. This one I got in on my indicator. mm, 623. This candle right here got in on the wick, and that is always a possibility that you might get in on the wick. So I got in at 0.5068 cents, and wicks were getting there, but they just weren't getting up high enough. And I said, well, I'll sit in this for a little while. My stop gap is 10%. So I said, well, if I hit that 10%, I'm going to make sure that I get out. I did allow myself one average on this one. And I did average because I'm like, well, if I can get closer, that might be a good thing for me. And I did buy some additional shares at 6:39:35. So this candle right here, I bought some more shares and I put my average at 49.34. And it just, I was like, oh, I start looking at some of the longer charts and I'm like, longer charts are bullish, but starting to curve and might not have an opportunity. So I said, well, let's see what happens at 7. And it went on a slight run at 7, but not enough for me to get out. And it's just kind of teetering down there. So I said, I'm not going to sit on that one. So I went ahead and took that small loss. It was, oh, I don't know what it was. I think it was 10% loss in that. It was either 10% or less. I don't know the actual number. I'll have to put my calculations in my spreadsheet to make sure. But stayed in my stopgap. That is the key. And especially with pennies, if things aren't, ooh, look at it. If things aren't looking like they're going to go the way you need them to go, I'm just going to go ahead and get out. So I'll just do my option trade later today and go ahead and work through that. Um, I don't think, oh, I did. Oh my goodness. My option trade yesterday, I did wind up trading during my meeting and I did an NVIDIA call and I thought that I put in my limit order to sell and I did wind up averaging once in my options, but I had already put the limit order in and I got a limit or I got an alert that my order had filled. And I was talking to a coworker at the time we were on a break and I'm just like, oh, I saw the notification. I said to myself, yay, that's good. I'm going to get out. Or I got out. And when I got back into the meeting and I opened up Webull to look to see to make, I was like, wait a minute, there's still orders open. So I started freaking out and I had to go in and sell those additional contracts because I didn't add it because that original limit order was based on whatever I had put in originally. And I'm like, oh snap, I didn't put it out. So I went ahead and made sure that I sold those. And it was good because it wound up selling for like 20 cents more than what I had got out at originally. So I was like, oh my goodness, girl, you got to make sure you handle your business. So, I said, I'll make sure I handle my business. So that was my option trade yesterday. And it worked out. But, there's always little things that you still also got to, be mindful of because as you continue trading, it can get, monotonous and you got to still make sure all those steps are addressed. So that's it. Everybody enjoy Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow with trade review.